Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel and welcome to my very first legendary weapons guide here for Borderlands 3. Today's video is going to be showcasing the Lyuda, which of course is making its return from Borderlands 2, but it's still one of the best sniper rifles in the game. The red flavor text on this particular weapon is Man Killer, which means this sniper will fire 2 additional projectiles on either side of the original bullet, which means that the Lyuda can do some absolutely incredible damage, but it's imperative that you hit your target with all 3 projectiles for maximum damage. So how you go about earning this sniper rifle is actually quite different from most other legendary weapons in the game. While yes, the Lyuda has a chance to drop randomly from suitable loot sources, the best way to guarantee yourself this sniper rifle is to complete all 10 of Zero's Target of Opportunity missions. They are scattered throughout the entire galaxy, but assuming you've completed the main story of the game, chances are you have all these areas unlocked and you can quickly finish up the missions that you haven't done yet. The targets themselves are typically pretty easy to kill. There are some difficult ones out there, but by and large, they're not too bad. And what's great about this is they're all named enemies, and therefore, they have a chance to drop some good gear by themselves. And after you finish killing all 10 of the targets, Zero is going to send you some mail saying that you've completed your mission, and attached to that mail will be the Lyuda itself. Now, one tip I would like to give you guys is to make sure you are level 50 before you complete all of these challenges, because that way you can guarantee your Lyuda will be level appropriate. When I unlocked mine, I was already level 50, so I'm not sure and I cannot guarantee this, but if you complete the missions at a lower level, it's possible that Zero is going to send you a lower level Lyuda, so therefore I recommend wait until you're level 50 to finish up that final Target of Opportunity mission like I did. Now, for those of you who already did complete all these missions, let me know down there in the comments, did you get a lower level Lyuda? Because I haven't seen too much about this online. Please share your experiences and your feedback down there in the comments. But yeah, that's all you have to do is just complete all 10 of those target missions and the Lyuda will be yours. On your screen right now is going to be the exact location of every single target in the game, and down in the description will be timestamps to each location just in case you want to come back to this video and use it as a reference for where the targets are located. While we look at these locations, I would like to point out that if you look at the history of legendary drops in the Borderlands franchise, then you know that oftentimes really good legendaries have a terrible drop rate and they take ages to farm. That's why if you think about it, having to do all 10 of these targets of opportunity is essentially a very fast method to unlocking this gun. I mean, it basically takes 10 kills and you get it, whereas you compare that to previous Borderlands games. I remember farming the Warrior hundreds of times trying to get the conference call, so doing 10 missions for this particular gun is pretty good by Borderlands standards. Now that we have the gun, I want to show you guys some proper gameplay with it. The best way to do this is to play in Mayhem Zero mode, because this way there won't be any random buffs or nerfs to the sniper rifle's damage. Like I mentioned earlier, the Lyuda essentially spawns 3 projectiles with each shot, and these projectiles, they sort of spread away from the original bullet, which means that the further away your target is, the harder it's going to be to hit that target with all 3 of your projectiles, unless there's some sort of giant raid boss or something like that. The best way to play with the Lyuda is at medium range, where you can utilize all of its projectiles, as well as utilize its insanely fast Vladoff fire rate. Because it's a Vladoff, however, the accuracy on this sniper is not going to be perfect, but since you're shooting 3 projectiles at once, it really doesn't seem to matter all that much. Now, as you guys can see, the Lyuda is an incredibly powerful sniper rifle that will burn through enemies, but you may be thinking, well, that's probably just because you're playing as Flak. Well, in this footage, I am not spec'd into the Hunter tree whatsoever, or Fadeaway for that matter. I'm basically running a pet-focused build that I put together, and even then, the Lyuda is still insanely powerful. This means that for any Vault Hunter in Borderlands 3, this sniper rifle can be put to great use, and it's only going to get better if you can choose certain talents or certain class mods that are going to make it more powerful. One final note is that the Lyuda that I got happens to do shock damage, but the Lyuda itself does not not always spawn with shock damage. If Borderlands 2 is anything to go off of, this sniper rifle can spawn with no elemental effect, fire damage, shock damage, or corrosive damage as well, so just something to bear in mind when you go out and get a Lyuda of your own. Well, ladies and gentlemen, there you have it. There is episode 1 of my Borderlands 3 Legendary Weapon Guide series. Be sure to subscribe to my channel, as I will be doing a guide for every legendary within Borderlands 3, and I also post a bunch of other Borderlands 3 related videos, including up-to-date news, rumors, leaks, let's plays, guides, as well as tutorials. If you did enjoy this video, please consider dropping a like on it. Thank you all so much for listening, and I hope you guys all have a wonderful day.